Hey, my friend, it's Massaro, CEO of Moving Mastery and founder of Moving Sales Academy. What do you do when you get a negative online review, right? I know you go out there every day and you try your best to do a great job for your customers, but what happens when, they go online and express their dissatisfaction with your company, right? When they go on and complain and just, whether it's Yelp or Google reviews or Moving reviews or wherever it is, how do you handle it to make sure that A, you could address the issue, and B, let it have as minimum impact on your company as possible, all right? So I wanna go through 5 steps to help walk you through how to handle it when you get an online review, when you get a negative online review, all right? Well, first thing you need to do is you need to set up review notifications on all review sources, all right? So whether that's Yelp, Google, any other place where a customer can go leave a review, you need to make sure that you get notifications to your email immediately when it happens so that it does not linger out there where you're unaware of it, all right? If you're not getting notifications, a bad review could sit there for quite a while and you're not even aware of it. And if you're not aware of a problem, you can't solve a problem, all right? We talked about that in the video on awareness board. So make sure that you have the notifications coming to your email from all review sites, all right? Second thing is, now that once you get a negative review, first thing you want to do is identify who the customer is, which sometimes is not always easy to do. The name on the move might not be the name that they use on Yelp or on Google or whatever it is. But if you're able to identify who they are, you want to call and email that customer. All right, this is the first thing you want to do. You don't want to start replying to them publicly, privately. You want to call them is the first step. If they don't answer, you definitely want to leave a message and then follow up with an email. All right, you want to resolve the issue before you start worrying about how it looks online, all right? So get them on the phone. Then once you get them on the phone, you're gonna wanna walk them through the 5-step complaint resolution process, all right? We talked about this in a previous video on resolving complaints. Basically, don't take it personal, step number 1. Seek to understand, be timely and responsive, resolve the complaint, and then correct internally, all right? Let me just go through that real quick so that you get it, right? Don't take it personally. They may slander you online. They may really bash your company and maybe even you individually online, all right? You can't take it personally. Get them on the phone, seek to understand what their problem is, all right? Make sure you're timely and responsive, so as soon as you get that review, get them on the phone, all right? If you tell them you're gonna call them back right away, okay? Then resolve the complaint. All right, don't let it linger. Don't just let it sit out there and hope that it'll go away. You need to work to resolve it and then always come back and correct it internally, all right? What caused this to happen? How can we prevent this from happening again? That type of thing. That's the 5 steps to resolving complaints, customer resolution. Number 4, know that your goal after you resolve their issue and take care of the problem is to get that review to either 5 stars or removed, okay? You want to talk to the customer, you want to resolve their problem. Hopefully it's just a small misunderstanding and you're able to work through it. And then you want to ask them, like, what can we do to change this around and make our service a 5-star service, right? You want to work to get that review increased in stars. All right, don't be afraid to ask them to give you a higher rating based on the resolution. Don't be afraid to ask them to remove the review entirely. All right, this is something Yelp doesn't want you doing, but you know what? This is your company we're talking about. And if you resolve their issue and they're happy with it, ask for an increased star rating or ask them to remove the review, okay? Then, and only then, after you've resolved the issue, you publicly reply, okay? So if the review doesn't come off, whether they don't change the star rating or whether they do change the star rating, whatever the case may be, you wanna make sure that everyone else that comes to that page sees how you replied to them, sees how you handled it. So now, if you've already resolved the issue, your response can be something like, well, thank you so much. I'm glad we were able to resolve this issue for you, and state that there was a resolution to it, right? Now, the only time that you want to make sure, you don't want to just reply to them publicly first and foremost, right? You're going to call, but sometimes you might not be able to identify who they are based on the move. You know, you don't really, there's not enough detail in the complaint for you to know who it was. You weren't aware of any issue. If you can't get them on the phone and you can't get them to reply to an email from you within a day max, then you reply to them on the site itself, whether it's Yelp or whatever else, privately. Okay, you send them a private message, because remember, the goal is to get them on the phone. The goal is to find out what happened so that you could resolve the issue. And then, and only then, if you can't get them on the phone, if you cannot, you've tried, you've sent private messages, you've called them, you've emailed them, then you could reply publicly to try to, you know, let everyone else know that you've attempted to get a hold of this customer. You're not sure who they are. Please call you, give them your direct number so that they can reach you to resolve the issue. And this way, anyone else that's looking at it will be able to see that they're making an attempt. Okay, because not all reviews are, you know, sometimes they're not real reviews. Sometimes it might be your competition, unfortunately, putting a bad review out there for you. Okay, so attempt to reach out to them, attempt to resolve the issue, go through the 5 steps of resolving customer complaints. I'll put the link down below. If you haven't seen that video, definitely watch that video. And, you know, they're going to happen. You know, do everything you can to make sure that you're eliminating complaints in general. But the best thing you could do is jump on top of them, deal with them, be proactive, resolve it, try to get it removed or try to increase the star rating, and keep doing your thing. All right. I hope this was helpful. Until next week, go out there every single day. Profit in business, thrive in life. I'll see you later. Hey, my friend, it's Lewis. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do me 2 favors. Number 1, subscribe to this channel so that you continue to get updates every time I release new training for you. And number 2, if you'd like to get ahead a little bit faster and become more profitable in your business, what I'd like to do is give you a copy of my 10 rules of a profitable moving company. These are the same 10 rules that I applied in my business that helped me grow it into a multi-million-dollar nationwide company. Okay, so all you need to do is click on the link on this page or head over to lewismassaro.com/10 rules. So that's Lewis, L-O-U-I-S, Massaro, Massaro.com/10 rules. Just put in your name and email address and I'll email you out a copy. Okay, until then, every single day, go out and profit in business and thrive in life. I'll see you later.